Formula One Academy took to the track this weekend with Formula One for the first time realistically in history for the full season. Yes, they had moments last season where they were on the same calendar, but this season it is broadcast live on Sky and we can all watch it properly and in-depthly with proper commentators and proper racing. So, shall we now get into talking about the superstar of that grid, Doriane Pin? So here is Doriane Pin. She is currently signed to the Mercedes Junior Academy, and she took the limelight this weekend when she took pole position by over 7/10 of a second to her nearest rival. She also went on to win both races, but we'll get into that in the later parts of this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner. We're trying to hit 300 subscribers by the end of April, and I know that you can help me do it by hitting that button down below. If you are enjoying this video, let me know your thoughts about Doriane down in the comments. Do you think she's ever going to sit in a Formula One car? Do you think she's going to get a practice session, maybe a test? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next part of the video. Doriane is a 20-year-old French woman obviously from France. She is part of the Mercedes Junior program. She started karting around the age of 9 and she finished 10th and 5th in the junior class. Obviously, that is mixed groups, not gender split. But then she ended up winning the female category in her own right. Doriane has had an excellent career, driving in many different series from sports cars to single seaters, and she hasn't done badly in the process. She raced in the Renault Clio Cup. Sorry about the spelling mistake. She raced in the Le Mans Cup. She's done a test in a Formula 3 car. She's also competed in the Ferrari Challenge Europe. In the Euro Le Mans Series, she's also competed in the World Endurance Championships, as well as the Formula 4 Southeast Asia and United Arab Emirates Championships, and most recently, she was driving Formula 4 cars in F1 Academy. So I'm going to pick out the bunch where she did the best in her series because she has done so many, and that is something that she should be praised for. She's got herself about, she's got herself into motorsport, and she's got herself in front of the right people. So in the Ferrari Challenge, she competed in 2 seasons. In her first season, she finished 9th in the championship and wasn't exactly anything special, but the following year she took all that learning on board and she ended up being a dominant force in this championship, most comparably really to Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton, and she won 9 out of the 14 races, collecting 13 podiums along the way to winning that championship. Obviously, it's a result that she was absolutely proud of, and it's one of these results that ended up leading her to the position she's in now. And is she going to be able to find herself getting a Formula One test at some point in her career? We've seen it happen recently with Jessica Hawkins at Aston Martin. Who is going to be the next female to take to the track in a Formula One car? Next up, we'll talk about Formula 4 in Southeast Asia, where she finished 2nd in the championship, collecting 4 podiums and 1 win on her way to that 2nd place finish. Obviously, a championship which she'll be proud of. Obviously, she'll have hoped to go one step further by winning it, but you can't always win unless you're in a Red Bull. So she has found a way to show herself up in these championships, and she has done really well to get to this point in her career. Obviously now signed with the Mercedes Junior Academy, that's a massive step in making sure that she ends up in the right places and in front of the right people. Obviously also Formula 4 in the United Arab Emirates. She won 1 race and 1 podium, but she did only end up finishing 10th in this championship. Hopefully, maybe, will she return one day to the Formula 4 UAE? Will she step up to the next UAE championship? Who knows what's going to happen when she ends F1 Academy? And obviously F1 Academy. Now, she did take 2 wins, but as you can see, there's an asterisk. That is because she had the 2nd win taken away from her. It was to do with, realistically, it's difficult to explain what happened, but it was a mess. She crossed the finish line, didn't realise that the checkered flag had been flown, and the team didn't congratulate her on the win. This then led to her running at full pace for a complete extra lap and then completing another lap. So she ended up taking the finish line twice and ended up being given, I think it was a 20-second penalty in the end. This then dropped her down to 9th position. So she currently sits 3rd in the championship, but obviously, based on the performance this weekend, I still think she's going to win that championship with ease, in complete honesty. Wouldn't surprise me if she wins every race. Obviously, this one now doesn't count, but she did take pole, as mentioned at the start of the video. 2 pole positions, 7/10 of a second. It's mega. And those cars, I believe, are spec. I believe they're exactly the same, so that you don't have any performance differences. So I think that shows the absolute golfing quality she has, especially over 1 lap pace. So we now close out that part about her career so far. But what are the next steps? Now, for me, I do think she's going to go on to win F1 Academy. I do think she's shown that she is capable of being the best driver in that series so far. And I do think that it's going to end up with her winning it all, in my opinion. It wouldn't surprise me if she wins the rest of the races. Wouldn't surprise me if she wins the championship by 100 points. I'm not 100% sure how many races there is. I think that's 12. 2 on each weekend. I think there's 6 weekends. So it's going to be insane to see what she does. But then what are her future steps? She's part of Prema and the Mercedes Junior Academy right now. So there is an opportunity that if she wins this series, she could take a step into Formula 3. I believe she has the super license points for that. So she could also then go and try a hand at other series as well. If she wants to go back into sports cars, into endurance, that is on the table. Mercedes have links. You look at their reserve driver, Mick Schumacher. He is competing with Alpine in their endurance car. Mercedes obviously have cars all around in different series. Is she going to take a step into one of them? Now, as I mentioned in a previous video that I did about Pepe Marti and Zane Maloney, having that affiliation to a Formula One team is massive to get in opportunities. If you can have the help with funding, finding sponsors, and just having a team vouch for you can be massively important in finding a seat in any series. And I think that is what she has to take advantage of. As a female in motorsport, sometimes it's difficult to get those top-end seats, but with a top-end team backing you, it's possible. It is very possible. We've seen what Mercedes have done with Kimi Antonelli, chucking him straight into Formula 2. Is Doriane going to get similar treatment? Is she going to get that Formula 3 experience next year if she wins the championship? Or will they keep her in Formula 1 Academy if she doesn't? Now, it's going to be very impressive to see the next phase of her career. Maybe one day we'll see her in a Formula 1 car, but as it come a bit too late in her career. Let's see. She is only 20 years old. There's a long way to go. Let me know who you want to see in the next video down in the comments. Hit that subscribe button while you're down there, like the video and share it with all your friends, and I'll catch you in the next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.